Hey fam, welcome back to my channel, All Things Jesus. I'm your girl Adriana, and today I want to dig into one of my older videos that I haven't really done in a while, and that's Digging Deeper with Dre. I want to dig into Psalm 20, particularly verses 1 through 5. Somebody sent me a text message who is near and dear to my heart, and they told me that they had been praying this particular psalm over my life. And listen, a thug cried, y'all. When I read the psalm, and with the Lord just touched me when I honed into one particular word, I knew I had to share it with you guys. So get your Bibles, your notebook, whatever, and dig into the psalm. I'm reading from the CSB version. This is my new Christian Standard Bible. I just had to have one. My church switched over to the version about a year ago, and I haven't gotten the Bible. I use it in my Bible app. So I got this, and I thought it was pretty cute, right? So anyway, let's dig into the psalm. Psalm 20. And let me tell y'all right now, right? So your girl decided to film this on a holiday weekend. So it's like blackberries popping off everywhere. And one of the things that happens when you live in the inner city and your walls is thin, you hear everything that's going on. So if you guys hear music, I'm sorry, but I wanted to film this for you guys. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. I want to read Psalm 21 through 5. And it says, deliverance in battle is the title of this particular psalm. May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the name of Jacob's God protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and sustain you from Zion. May he remember all your offerings and accept your burnt sacrifice, your burnt offering rather. May he give you what your heart desires and fulfill your whole purpose. Let us shout for joy at your victory and lift the banner in the name of our God. May the Lord fulfill all your requests. So I don't know about y'all, but I was already shouting just reading verses 1 through 5. So I dug into it just a little bit, and I want to do that for you guys. So let's dig into verses 1 through 2 really quickly. So the people of Israel were basically using God's name in very particular ways, I think, to alert David to who this God was that they were praying to, who this God was who was going to deliver him and the rest of the people of Israel in the day of battle. So they said, may the Lord answer you in a day of trouble. May the Lord here is Yahweh. And they were saying, may the Lord, the God of the covenant, they were using his covenant name, deliver you in the day of trouble. May the name of Jacob's God protect you. So they're using Jacob, they're using the patriarch. They're saying, look what this God did for Jacob, what he did for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then they say, may he send you help from the sanctuary. The sanctuary, so we're talking about basically like the meeting ground. This is where the tabernacle is. This is where the Ark of the Covenant is, where the very presence of God is. So they're just like laying it on real thick. And may he sustain you from Zion. And basically that is like the mountain right in Israel. This is where this guy is going to sustain you from that mountain in Israel, the mountain of Zion. Now moving on to verse 3. May he remember all your offerings and accept your burnt offering. I don't know about you, but what popped up out of my Bible for me, and this is what often happens when you're reading your Bible, I'm quite sure it happens to you as well, something in particular will just grab you. And I know it's the Holy Spirit alerting me to dig more and lean more into that and see what the Lord is saying to me. So may he remember all your offerings and accept your burnt offering. May he remember. If you're anything like me, sometimes we think that God gets amnesia, that he doesn't remember everything that you're offering up to him. And what's funny, I said, why does it say remember all your offerings and accept your burnt offering? Is there a difference there? What is like, being distinguished by saying both of those things? It's an offering. So I looked it up, and then there's about 5 offerings in the Old Covenant. I can't remember all of them. I think it's a burnt offering, a peace offering, a grain offering, a sin offering, and a guilt offering. Okay, look at my memory. So, all 5 of those. And what it's talking about in particular, you can just say, may he remember all of your grain offerings. May he accept all your burnt offerings. That's what they're saying in this particular psalm. Now, what's the difference? What's the difference between a Can't even talking too fast. What's the difference between a grain offering and a burnt offering? So I had to look that up. A grain offering is just not as I guess not as final and as big a deal as a burnt offering. A grain offering may have been bread, offering that up to the Lord, and you're just saying how much you adore the Lord, just like your devotion to God. You may be breaking that bread with someone else. You're putting it on an altar, but everything doesn't have to be burnt. It's not all a sacrifice like a burnt offering. A burnt offering is more like an atonement for sins, and that's like a type of Christ and what Jesus did for us by laying his body down on the cross and, basically dying a death that no one else could to satisfy the wrath of God. And so when people would do a burnt offering, you had to put an animal up there without spot or blemish, no defect whatsoever. And then that is what the Lord either had to say, so to say, I accept it or I don't accept that. So the Lord is saying, the people are saying rather in their prayer, that may God remember all your offerings, David. May he accept your burnt offerings and not turn you away. And for us, I like to be, applicational, obviously, in our reading of the Bible. Or what else does it mean? You're just sprouting out history and facts. And nobody needs that when they need to really know, what does this mean for me today in 2019? So what I think this means, if I take the liberty to say what God was speaking to me, I see you, daughter. I know you think I've forgotten about you at times. I know you think I'm like you, human, that I get amnesia about things, but I don't forget. I know you. I see you. I know what you're doing from your grain offerings. Grain offerings may be something like helping out a sister or giving up my time for something here or there, or my tithes or whatever. Certain things that I'll get it back. I'll get money back. I'll have a little time to myself here and there. And then he's saying, and I accept your burnt offerings, things you have put on the altar to die. I don't know about you, but maybe you've put, your purity down. And you can't do anything. You can't, make a man come faster, or if you're my brother watching this, make a woman come faster. It's on the altar. It's for God, and you want to see what he's going to do with it and how he's going to bless your obedience and your love and your devotion to him. Or maybe you put down a job, and it's like, I don't know where that one coming from. I can't make a door open. But God sees your offerings, from your grain offerings, if you will, to your burnt offerings. And he has not forgotten about you. So when I saw that word remember, it brought me to tears. And I don't know, but I want to ask you, what do you think God has forgotten about in your life? Where does this video find you? And are you saying, God, you don't care about this. I gave up such and such, and I've been doing this, and I've been helping her, and I've been doing all of these things. And no, you're not doing it from a standpoint of just trying to get from God. I'm not saying that. But I am talking to my brothers and sisters who have been faithfully plowing, and you're just like, I would love to see a return on my investment. I would love to see what God says in his word about me getting that harvest if I faint not. Where's my due season? And I'm talking to you. God remembers. God remembers. So let's go to that next verse, verse 4. May he give you what your heart desires and fulfill your whole purpose. So, what else is there to say? This is how the people of Israel were praying for their king. May he give you what your heart desires. So his heart, King David, was for deliverance. He wanted to win the battle. So whatever your heart desires, I am praying for that for you. And I pray you got somebody else out there who is praying that for you, and that you're praying that for yourself. And I know you'll get it, but only if your will is aligned with the perfect will of God for your life. If your desires are aligned with his desires. And we already know that, right? Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. That's what this is saying right here. And he will fulfill your whole purpose. Why? Because it's his purpose for your life. Not your own purpose, but you have just said, you know what? I surrender. Whatever you want from me, God, I want that for me as well. I want to live the way you have called me to live. I want to do what I have been created to do. And this is the type of prayer that the Lord will answer. And David, he was created for this, right? He was appointed by God himself. When Samuel went into the household, he said, well, what's going on? God didn't tell me that I can anoint any of these people as king. But when King David rolled up in there, That's who God had appointed. And so that's what I see for you, my brother or my sister. The Lord wants to fulfill your whole purpose, and He wants to give you and fulfill the desires of your heart, but only if they're aligned with His will for your life. Moving on to verse 5. Let us shout for joy at your victory and lift the banner in the name of our God. May the Lord fulfill all, not some, all of your requests. Let us shout for joy at your victory and lift the banner in the name of our God. First of all, let us shout for joy at your victory. That's how we should pray, right? They're not saying, we might shout for joy if you win, but we're going to shout for joy. Let's lift the banner in the name of our God. Not let's make a banner, but they lifted a banner that they've already had ready because they already know the God they're praying to, the God that they serve, and they know He's going to come through. So, do you have your banner ready? Are you ready to lift it in the name of our God once your victory comes? Because we know the victory has already been won through Jesus Christ. So whatever you're waiting on, God has that for you. But are you ready? Are you doing this in faith to know I'm about to have a testimony? I don't know when, but I'm ready when the time comes. And that's how they were for the king of Israel, for David. They were ready to raise the banner of God, ready to shout for joy and triumph. And they were doing this in front of their enemies. So whatever the enemy is trying to hang over your head, you get ready to lift the banner of your Lord in front of the enemy's face, in the enemy's territory. May the Lord fulfill all your requests. I don't know what you're praying for. I already said that. But I pray that you just get it in your spirit that if it's of the will of God, He's going to fulfill all your requests. You're praying for a baby. You're praying for a man. You're praying for a job. You're praying for financial increase. You're praying for friendship. You're praying for, broken relationships or a wayward child. Whatever you're praying for, if that is the will of God for your life, He will fulfill all your requests. I don't know the time frame, and I will never lie about that. I won't say, it's your season, this and that. No, some of us are in drought seasons, but seed time and harvest, seed time and harvest. The Lord will fulfill that request. If He has placed it in you, you've been praying, you laid it before Him, you surrender it before Him, watch God do what only He can do. And watch how He works in you during your season. And watch how He will deliver you like He did for King David. So I just wanted to share that with you. May God remember all your offerings. He remembers you. He sees you. When you cry in your bed at night, you can't get out of the bed in the morning. When you have to place it on a fake smile, He sees you. He remembers you. He knows that offering. He accepts your burnt offering. He accepts your burnt offering, rather. And I just pray you know that. So, I don't know where this video finds you, but I pray you have been encouraged today. And until next time, whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Bye, y'all.